what you get. Stop interrupting my grind and I ain't thinking right.
Anybody that comes on my show, we're going to have a good conversation. It's okay to agree to disagree, just as long as we're respectful. Everyone is a product of their own experience. There will be times that you have to experience the pain in order to experience the joy. So let's talk about the experience and let's share the results. What's going on, everyone? It's your brother, your cousin, your nephew, and we are back for another video. I know I've been missing in action for a while, just taking a little break, get some little paperwork and some more stuff together with a few more other things that's about to take place this week. But I hope everyone is doing good so far. Let me say this. Fletchers. Child, if you all have not watched Give 'Em the Real Tea, baby, Give 'Em the Real Tea he's doing an interview with Chris Fletcher's daughter, Lexi. Baby, Lexi, not only did Lexi is doing an interview, but the mother came on there. And they basically said that Nell was the side woman. She got pregnant. She was a side chick. I mean, now we heard Martell and Ariane say that Melanie went to go meet with Ariane, but dang, everybody in Huntsville having these meetings on. I'm like, come on. She met up with Miss Nell. I'm like, oh my God. Can this get anywhere? Baby, Love and Marriage Huntsville gonna be lit next season. That's all I got to say. It's going to be lit. But let's go ahead and get this out the way. Everything on this channel, everything on this video is alleged. It's for entertainment purposes only, and everything is in my opinion. If you're looking for a smile makeover, hit up Dr. Roger Cooper at Bella Dental Service and use promotion code AL23 and you will get 30% off. I don't feel like getting into the rest, but I think y'all do need to go download my song, Leave Me Alone. Go ahead and get it right now, y'all. Now, you know, today we are talking about Mariah, but tomorrow we will finally talk about Zeus Network, Lemmy Plummer teaming up with Nene Leakes to be the host of Baddies East. Now, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I have not watched the new season of Baddies East, but I am curious about having this conversation with everyone about how they feel about Nene being the host. I actually have a lot to say about it because I'm actually for it. I'm happy that she's about to host this. And hopefully it can open up doors for maybe new opportunities for other people. But I can't wait for us to have that discussion tomorrow about that, okay? Now, let's go ahead and get into this Mariah Huq and Carlos King interviews. Now, I don't know what's going on, but somebody reached out to me and said that Carlos King is striking people accounts on YouTube. So, FYI, well, I don't got nothing on my account if I'm a strike. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. One thing about Mariah Huq, I am a huge Mariah Huq fan, okay? I've always loved Mariah from Married to Medicine ever since she first came onto the scene. I loved it. I loved that she was the executive producer, that she the one that created it. She the one that started the franchise. I love everything about Mariah. But baby, one thing about Mariah, she's going to be shady, but it's going to be a classy shade. I would love to see Mariah and Phaedra film scenes together because both of them are shady, but I really think Mariah might outdo her. Anyway, I love how she gave Carlos a tour of her new facility, right? For content creators. It was like a membership, almost like Soho. And I'm like, okay. She was like, then it's across the street, like right up there by the courthouse. I love that for Mariah. Now, one thing that really stood out to me is that she was like, of course I can go out and buy a bag. She said, I'm not worried about no Birkin bags. She said, I bought a block. Now, that's how you do it. Invest your money and make it work for you. She's all about leaving a legacy for her children, and I love everything about it. So, hopefully, we're going to see the second part that come out next week. But, baby, they couldn't even get in good. She said, Carlos, your show was good. You put Dr. Hebley on there. It went from raindrops to muddy water. I said, Lord Jesus. And she said it's so effortless. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. So, basically, Mariah, she talked about she's in negotiation for a talk show. I would love to see Mariah do her own thing. Could I see her doing a talk show? I don't know. I give it a few episodes, but you never know how Mariah may do. So, And she said instead of buying a bag, she bought a block. Mariah said the Carlos collaboration with Dr. Hebley went from raindrops to muddy water. And he said, "Do you run into Phaedra?" Child, she said, child, she thought that she was a parking lot attorney. They would never let Phaedra live down that scene where she took that boy to court for that little traffic violation and she went outside and she got paid outside. Ugh. I want to do she regret that scene. Was Phaedra just saying, look, I'm going to get my money no matter what? But that was funny though. Mariah came up with everything. She did the multiple silver reels, and I love how she said that. I really wish she would have told us what are some things that she had to change. Like every time she did a silver reel, like what were some of the elements that you had first and you didn't have? Because if you all go back to the first episode, the very first episode of not Love Marriage, but Married to Medicine, Dr. Heavily was in that scene. She was a little bit heavier then, but she was in that scene. So I was wondering, like, who did they have a part of the cast and who wasn't a part of the cast? Who came in as friends of the shows? Like, who was the top people, like at least the main people that she recommended to be a part of the cast first? Now, she said she talked about that it got picked up on TLC, but she had to do basically a cost benefit analysis. And if you all don't know what a cost benefit analysis, that basically means you're trying to figure out the pros and cons to going with something, right? So she chose to go with Bravo over TLC. And luckily, Real Housewives of Atlanta was booming for the Bravo network. All right. So she said, were you pushed out of Married to Medicine? That's what Carlos asked her. And she said, you can't let the devil use you. It has to have a vessel. Child, how many vessels is the devil using on Love and Marriage Huntsville? Quite a few. But anyway, I love when she said that. Now, she basically stood up there and said, Mariah said when she was on, she made sure that everyone got paid the same. And you know what? I love that she said that. One thing about Mariah, she had control over Married to Medicine. And you can tell when Married to Medicine, when she basically, they took control over her and pretty much everything, was trying to basically push her out. Now, for her to sit up there and say that everybody got the same amount of zeros, that said a lot, because now everybody is fighting of, I'm more valuable than this person right here. I love everything about Mariah. So it was authentic when Mariah was doing it. Anyway, now Mariah, she talked about how she wanted to keep it on the theme and of having medicine included. And rightfully so, you have to have medicine included. Like nowadays, for example, when Phaedra came on, they say she was dating a doctor. We never saw his picture. We don't know what he do. So it's like now people are just creating narratives to make it look like they should be a part of something. Do I think she was dating somebody? Possibly, but if the person wasn't going to be on the show, I don't think there was a use for her to be on there. At least Toya, she's married. Her husband is a doctor. Mariah, her husband is a doctor. Yes, Quad, she was married to a doctor, but no longer there. That's why I say I loved it when Mariah was doing it, basically. So let's go ahead and get, what else did she say? Mariah talked about the cast knowing what she was going through behind the scenes, knowing she created the show. So I would love to have some of the other cast members speak out on that. Like, did y'all really hear about what was going on with Mariah dealing with production? Were they trying to take her show? And you all went along with it? I want to hear other cast members back up. What else happened after that? She said that cast members said they wanted her to be the person to put a nail in her coffin. That's deep. So basically, what did I tell y'all? You cannot believe production. You cannot believe producers. Those producers are the ones that's basically going back and forth with other people. They're basically putting in your ear, oh, you should be number one. Oh, everybody else seems to take a liking towards you because they want to get their reaction from you because they want you to go against the other person. So whoever did it, they was trying to play into their hands pretty much. Now, hey everybody, I see y'all in here. Auntie Mildred, Auntie Michelle, I see y'all in here. Now, Quad, she said another cast member said that if she said also brought she said another cast member said if she talked to Mariah, would they be fired? It's like production be doing a lot of childish stuff, like immature high school, elementary school stuff. Like, don't nobody got time for that. Quad, she said, Quad being sent home, do you think it was her karma? Her karma. She said they're icing her out. And I love one thing about Mariah, she give a person props when it's due. And she's always gonna be honest about a situation, even if she don't care for you. But she basically called it out. She said they're icing her out, so she can't make her money. Because if you all know, they don't just give you your money up front. They pay you per episode. So let's just say you have 5 episodes, right? And they agree to pay you $100,000 per episode. So it's a slight chance that you may only be a part of 2 episodes. So you don't make 500,000, you only get 200,000. So their goal, they're trying their best to not put you in scenes or have you on the episode at all, so you won't get paid for that show. Now, Quiet, Mariah talked about Quiet having her own spinoff. I don't know if I would watch a spinoff for Quiet. I think Quiet do better when she has an ensemble, just pretty much an ensemble cast. I really can't see Quiet being a part of something like that. A spinoff by herself. She thinks all of the one thing about Mariah, she said she feel like everybody on the show, they're stars in their own right, even though she was still being a little shady about that. She said, "Do you miss Quiet?" She said, "Not anymore. She's a diva." I wonder, I would love to see Quiet and Mariah sit down and have a conversation. But one thing about Mariah is that I feel when she made that comment about Quiet sleeping with her sister's husband or something like that, I really wish he would ask her. So, if you would you tell him the truth back then, or did you just say that because she tried to make an allegation dealing with a substance or whatever? Because if I knew somebody was sleeping with my siblings, person or whatever, we would not be friends anymore. I would literally stop talking to you right then and there. Like, we're good. I wish you the best, and let's go on, move on. Now, they talked about an altercation at STK, and Quad threw her purse, and Mariah flipped out. And Mariah said she was trying to get her, but I guess Mariah couldn't get her. I would love to know what was that altercation about a little bit more. Like, let's dive in. But she said production once again made it seem like they just like got the scrap and got the fight or whatever, and it wasn't even like that. Mariah doesn't feel that they pushed Quad out. She think they brought her down a few notches just to humble her, pretty much. Can I see Quad getting a big head a little bit? Maybe. But the thing is, Quiet really wasn't doing anything out of Sister Circle. And Sister Circle didn't really get that long because you can look at the set. Sister Circle was so poorly filmed because my friend, rest in peace, on Calvin Myers. He was one of their makeup artists, and Calvin Myers passed away last year. And I could look at the set and be like, child, are y'all in somebody's basement filming this right here? It just don't look right. Anyway, she think they created a hostile environment and hope they can come back to be authentic. I mean, at this point, it's not really reality unless it's going on YouTube and the people on YouTube making it bigger than what it is sometimes for some shows, but not every show. But I don't even think reality TV can actually be reality at this point. Mariah said that you can't be afraid to shake shit up. You really can't. So I wonder if I wonder what if she had to put another cast up there, like who would she remove from the show? And I really think that she would bring Buffy back. I think Mariah and Buffy should go back on Married to Medicine. That'd be real cool. So she said the YouTube show went from raindrops to muddy water when he started collaborating with Dr. Heavily. I like Dr. Heavily. Sometimes she can be a lot, but I like her though. Mariah called Heavily the messiest bitch on the show. I mean, you got to have the drama somewhere. Then Mariah said that Dr. Heavily is a wild card. Rightfully so, she is. Do you really think in the real world that Jackie and Dr. Heavily would be friends? Absolutely not. I do not think that they will be friends. I think it's only for the camera. I mean, they might have a good relationship right now, but I can't see Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavily calling each other best friend because on the first season, they made fun of Dr. Heavily so bad to the point Dr. Jackie said that she's not a doctor. And I'm just surprised, like, people are just now catching on, like, even though Dr. Jackie is really good at what she does, and they start calling her out saying that she don't work with with regular people, she only work with celebrities and people that got money that's well off. I mean, hey, what's next? Carlos doesn't feel some of the ladies appreciate him giving the show a voice. Like Mariah doesn't feel the ladies appreciate her for giving them basically a platform. And I love the way Mariah played that. She said, the way you feel is the way I've been feeling for all of these seasons. That I'm the one that put this together. I'm the one that created this. I'm the one that helped you get another stream of income through endorsements, through advertising, through everything with your business to go um on a different level than what it is. And rightfully so, she's telling the truth. She provided that platform for you all. Even when it comes to Toya, nobody didn't know who Toya was. Didn't nobody know who Quad is. I mean, of course, people knew who Dr. Jackie is or whatever, but nobody didn't know Dr. Simone. We didn't know who Buffy, Karen, all of these other people were. Mariah, she gave the platform. And one thing I loved about Mariah, she said, I was sharing my dream. Or did Carlos tell her, basically, you're sharing your dream. And she said that this dream that she was sharing basically turned into a nightmare. Oh, that's hard. You sharing your dream, but your dream is turning into a nightmare because people want to take things from you so they can have full control over it. So she talked about her legacy and not letting them in with her on drugs, the drug allegation. And you know one thing, when she said that right there, saying that she's not going to let a person in her career, her good name with a drug allegation. When she said that, I felt every last word. I guess I'm on my face. Mm-mm. And I'm like, when Mariah said, when they was on their reunion, and how I remember like when she did the drug test and people act like they didn't want to read the results. They was literally going to let that stay on that woman's name. And if it was Dr. Eugene who basically said, oh, this test right here is legit. The person that did this test, she had to cut a patch of hair from her head just so they can go back years to say that she was never on anything. So, trust me, I get where Mariah's coming from, not letting people have something on your name, especially when people want to get on their Instagram and put up false allegations and stuff like that to the public. It's called defamation. It's called slander. So, trust me, I get it. Mariah, you had to fight, and trust me, baby, I'm fighting. And just to get off topic, because Lord knows people don't understand what's going on behind the scene right now. They just don't get it. If y'all only knew. If you only knew. Whew, come back on topic and we'll talk about that on a different day. But trust me, y'all, if you paid attention to my community board, it's time to play chess, a game of chess right now. Your pawns are already gone. The next move is processing. After that, it's going to be your rooks. Then your bishop, the knight. Then I have to capture the queen. And I'm going to be the king that's going to be standing. Anyway, next. Whew. In reality TV, there are alliances. She said Dr. Simone said that they wanted her to put a nail in her coffin. And she basically said that Dr. Simone delivered her baby. She brought life into her family. And that's a lot for you to sit up here and have someone that close to you, like literally looking at every part of your body. They deliver your child. They deliver other family members. And basically to see how it goes like this. Like now you have your friends against you. You don't know who to believe. Okay. Mariah had people to bring in furniture, food for the reunion. She literally set the standard for Married to Medicine. Now, I am curious about this second part because it ended with the second part basically saying, who's the villain of the show? And she said, absolutely, Dr. Jackie is the villain of the show. Can I believe that? I honestly can. I mean, if we, like I said, if we go back to the first season, the way that they treated Dr. Heavily, they treated Dr. Heavily real bad. Saying her luggage was fake. She's driving a Chrysler 300 that they just removed the symbol to put a Bentley sign on it. You can't do heart surgery. I mean, they was going in on Dr. Heavily on that first season. And I don't think people remember that. Hey, Auntie Mitchell, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed. It's good to see Mariah back in
Mm-hmm.
her element. Back in her element. She does give fabulosity, honey, and she still look good too, Anthony.
She sure does.
She looks just as good, on that interview as she did when she first came out. If not
Mm-hmm.
better, she looks good. A lot of them heifers don't have that sustainability.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, she's been true to herself, authentic the entire time. I love her talking about her humble beginnings in Memphis. Wait a minute now. I think we got quite a few Tennessee girls. Because if I'm
Mm-hmm.
not mistaken, it's her,
Quad
Quad, and
Quad
Toya.
is Memphis and Mariah is Chattanooga.
And Toya's from Tennessee too.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So in that respect, I think now I don't know. Quiet as it's kept. I think Jackie Sadiddy uppity behind is from Mississippi. But yeah. You would think she was from some place in Cambridge, the way she acts. But no, that heifer is from Mississippi. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I would love to see Buffy come back because Buffy was good TV.
She really was. She
And
really.
I would love to see Mariah come back, but she's not. But guess what? I think Mariah's gonna do something different.
Mm.
I do. I think she's gonna come and do something different. A talk show, right?
Yeah, she said she was working on negotiating for it.
I hope she get it. I hope she get it. Because they definitely tried to push her out. And all those ladies on the show, they did change. You can see the evolution of Quad on the show from season 1 to now. Cause honey, Miss Quad, she got
Mm-hmm.
it, she got
Oh,
it.
Toy is from Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Deshaunda, you pretty. But yes. I don't know. I'm just curious to see what this second part gonna be like when she call out Dr. Jackie.
She's gonna tell what most of us know. I think
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give her a lot of respect because being a woman of color, a black lady, um, accomplishing what she's accomplished is to be commended. But I don't
Mm-hmm.
like her. I don't like her. I don't. And I think she stepped in it when she made that comment in that interview that black women and women of color cry wolf. If we don't advocate for ourselves, who's gonna do it for us? So but that's who I think she is. She made a lot of fun of Heavenly initially about Heavenly's weight. She was always doing stuff that I thought was just really judgmental. I
Mm-hmm.
person I like that she's accomplished. I like that she's done that, but I wouldn't go out and be her friend or anything like that. I wouldn't. That's why I can't see her and Heavenly having a real friendship. It just don't mesh to me.
Mm. I can see that. But anyway, y'all, this is actually a quick live, and I think I'm gonna end up doing a pop-up live tomorrow before we do the conversation about Nene and Zeus Network, because Lexi is telling it all on Giving the Real Tea
Are they
about
still
the
on?
blessings in that scene. If you all are not watching that interview right now, you better go watch it. Cause baby, not only did she come up, her mother came up and they basically said that
Ah,
Lou Nell, Chris Fletcher's wife, they said she was the
was the
side chick.
other woman
The other woman, like she
calling the
didn't,
house?
baby, she didn't waste no time.
Hey, Barbara, this is Shirley.
And I'm like, oh my God, they literally sacrificed their relationship with the daughter to be on TV. To be honest, that's the way I look at it.
It's
Like
crazy.
I'm like, no wonder she didn't want to be on TV. Shoot, girl, it was gonna come out to you as a side chick.
You think that's what it was?
I mean, that's a lot.
I mean, but
Yeah,
nobody's the same person that they were. They were 22 years
true.
old back then. 22. The lady said she was 22 years old. Had to mean that they were all around the same age, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she said that Nell called her, and once she found out that they were married, she apologized. Now, I believe Chris was good looking and slinging shalong everywhere and lying to all them women. I believe he was dancing and lying to all them women. That's just what I believe.
I
But,
mean, you still the other woman.
she was still the other woman. She was still the other woman.
I mean, y'all, but go ahead and go over to Give Them the Real Tea. Y'all watch that interview because we definitely gonna do a pop-up tomorrow and talk about this before we have that other live tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Okay.
But until then, you all have a good night, and I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.
Later.